What's up guys? So I haven't done a spoiler video in forever. I was gonna try to do like something a little bit more fancy and not so basic, but I thought I've been a little stretched on time still with everything going on, and I wanted to be able to still like do videos as often as I can, and I figured, like, to me knowledge is always most important, and kind of if someone recommends something to me, I'd rather it be accurate and have it be, like, knowledgeable rather than put in a lot of work and not get the information out on time. So I do apologize for the video being very just basic. There's not really gonna be anything going on. It's just me kind of a voiceover of me talking about some of my ideas and some things that I really think people should be paying attention to very carefully for the next couple months. But mainly it's on Vingolf. Vingolf is insane. It's like literally the craziest thing to happen to this game since, like, I don't know, like Twilight Wander. I think this Vingolf is going to be like the best selling product like since Legacy Lost, because Legacy Lost is like dry everywhere and you can't get any. Like, we don't even have any at CoreTCG, and people know that we get pretty good stock on like boxes and stuff. I think like Barcadia Gaming was like the only people that opened like as much as they did, and I don't even know if he's been able to get like a restock on it recently, but like he had a really good set of singles, and I think he sold almost everything too, because I know he was saying that the set was selling really well, which is just a really good sign for the game in general, because we moved a lot of boxes and he sold a lot of singles. We've still been selling singles too, and just it seems like the game's picking up everywhere. Our tournaments have been like 14 to 18 people, which is really big, because at one point, like when Reflect was around, it was like 3 to 4. So I think the game's like really picking up, and I think Forceful is being really smart, like for once, with the way they've been doing their sets. Legacy Lost was just insane. It was just such a good set, and Vingolf I think is going to be almost better. I think the fact that they have the Vivid Stones, or I think people are calling them Fade Stones, which I like a lot. So like if anyone hasn't voted this through yet, I'm gonna vote Fade Stones because it just sounds really cool. But yeah, the stones from Vingolf that say like you can remove a counter to produce a mana. What people need to understand is so important about those stones is not only are we going to be losing Rulers Memoria later in September, but Rulers Memoria essentially means you have to dedicate like 8 cards of your deck to Regalias, which is really terrible because it doesn't work in every deck. Like a Fox deck wouldn't want to do that. So if you wanted to play like only black green in a Fox deck, you would have to play like 4 Killing Stone, 4 Black Silence, and then 2 like random stones. But now you can play the 4 Killing Stones, the 4 Black Silence, and 2 of the new black green, and it won't matter because even if you somehow hit both of the new black greens within the first 2 turns, so you're going to be like using the mana counters off of them really quickly and not being able to produce the color later on, you just start using that as colorless now, or as like the green cost of a card, and then you use your other 8 stones that do produce both for the colors that you need. So people need to understand that like these stones aren't better than dual stones, but it completes the one problem Forcible always had, where there was those games where you can literally miss your first stone to start off your turn, and it sets the entire game up for failure. So I think it's really crazy that these stones are coming out, because even having just 2 of each of them is so good, and then the fact that getting a playset of them seems really nice just to have, because like you never know if there's gonna be a way to add more mana counters to them, or if you can like like the way Goose Bless's secret techniques that make a stone into a resonator, you never know if you're gonna have a card that says like target card with counters turns into a 10/10 monster, and now you can do that on your stone too. There's just like, it's really interesting to keep your eye on it. We never know what they're planning on doing with these, or if any of the cards in the set might add mana counters to it. We don't know. But from the design of Arla too, Arla was the first card. I wish I had a better picture of it in this video. I'm just gonna use like a nice picture of his art, but it had like 3 different effects. It was something along the lines of like destroy additional regalia, your resonators with flying have barrier. Excuse me, sorry, it's like super early in the morning and I have a long day ahead of me, so I'm trying to get this out. But he just had like 3 different effects. They were all incredible. It was super like toolboxy, and like whichever effect you needed in a situation. I think he like dealt damage to attacking resonators. Like, it was just like the craziest card. Like in Vingolf, have we never seen not only relevant effects outside of like Rasputin back in the day, but we never saw like multiple effects on a card. This was all just like, he literally was Aramis, the original Arla, and like better, all built in one card, and it just blew me away. Like, I could never imagine that Vingolf would be this relevant, and I'm gonna call it right now because I think this is very important, and this is the part I really wanted people to understand from the video. But I think Vingolf is gonna sell out the way Legacy Lost is selling out, and if you haven't pre-ordered this set like right now, I would go do it, no joke, immediately, because I don't think people understand how big this set is gonna be, and I think Forcible's been playing it safe, and that's why Legacy Lost dried out. We know they weren't doing that good in the past. The game was kind of slowing down, and so it's quite possible that they've been kind of scared to, like, invest too much into giving out to their distributors and stuff, because they're scared that, maybe the game might fail, or distributors don't want to buy as much because they see that the game isn't doing that well. But since Legacy Lost came out, it's been blowing up. But these things go into like production for quite some time, and they might not have expected Legacy Lost to be this big, so they were being safe with Vingolf 2, and like Vingolf also, not Vingolf 2 as in the number 2. But I'm really scared that this is going to be also very hard to have access to, and especially because it looks like it's going to be the new best thing for new players to buy, and like something that all of us veteran players can enjoy just so much. But I'm calling it now, like, please, if you have the funds for it, pre-order like 1 to 2 boxes now, because I think if you want 4 of everything, I think you have to get 2 boxes. I'm not sure if it always came with 4 of everything. I don't remember. I think it was just 2 of everything, but I'm not too sure. We'll have to see the ratios, but at least 1. Like, make sure you pre-order 1, because it's gonna sell out. I know it's gonna sell out. There's no way that this set isn't, like, from what we've seen now and just the card design you can see now, I just can't like fathom what's to come. Like, this set seems like it's gonna be completely insane, and I'm so glad, because I think there's also an AGP on like February 11th, and I think this comes out like February 10. That's so cool. Like, whoever has the cards day 1 and has thought of like the craziest strategy with all of these new cards is probably gonna do really well at the event, and I just think that that's crazy. Like, it's perfect timing for an event. It'll show off how good these cards are, because people are going to be like trying to get them as fast as they can and get them. And that's the thing too, like, even if you're not going to the AGP or you're only playing at locals or whatever, it's going to be really annoying to try to pick up singles for like really ridiculous prices if this does sell out, especially because these singles feel really relevant. So I'm just, please do yourself a favor and pre-order it. I know I'm going to get mine as soon as I can. I even have to try to get everything foil, so it's probably going to take forever, but I really promise that you won't regret pre-ordering it. It seems like it's going to be insane, and I think that it's just way too good to give up the opportunity. Like, even Legacy Lost people can't get now, and I don't want that to happen with Vingolf, because it's like a fixed set, so like what cards you're getting, and it's really easy just to like complete the playset. So it'd be a bummer to have to like spend more money than you have to if it like skyrockets or something in price. I know like the first Vingolf was like kind of expensive after a while, so yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Vingolf. Everything with me in general, I guess just like a quick update, has been going pretty well. I've just been working like insane amounts of hours and still not been wanting to inconvenience my mom during her time being sick, and that's why it's been kind of harder for me to film. But she's out of the house today, so I figured I could take a minute away and do videos like this. I'm gonna try to get my thoughts out more like this. I think it's easy enough for me where I can put out like more consecutive content, and then hopefully the information helps you guys, because working at a card shop, I see which cards are moving, what's popular, what people are talking about online. I've always been like really heavy in the competitive scene, and I try to keep track of all the good players, and we always talk about different stuff, and I just want to be able to get that information to you too, because it's just really important. I think everyone deserves to be on the same page, and like I said, like, knowledge is just most important. And then like a second note, somebody, it was jruler.net. I like completely love his videos, by the way. He's a really good YouTuber, but you guys should like definitely check him out if you haven't yet. But like his videos are just really good, but he linked me to something that I saw on Facebook too, and it was like the top 5 forcible YouTubers, and DM073 was first and I was second, and then like the original forcible channel was third, and I was like, man, this is awesome. Like, me and Jeremy totally beat out forcible, and it was so cool, and they were like so spot on about like what we really stand for. They they gave so much credit to Jeremy for everything he does, which he deserves, because he does so many videos and stuff. So congratulations to him. And then I'm just so flattered, and it kind of was like surreal to like see my name as second place, because it was just cool. Like, I was like, oh cool. And they were like, nobody like is more enthusiastic about forcible than Alexander is. And I was like, damn straight, because I just get so passionate about these things, and I just love forcible so much. So for, you know, anyone who's been there supporting me, for essentially whoever got me that spot, because I'm sure like it wasn't just my work. People, you know, notice these things and talk about these things, and it's really cool. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been, you know, supportive of this journey. It's almost been like 2 years now, I think. And so 2 years, Forcible still going strong. I think the next set's of course still going to be insane. So like having a really good Vingolf and then the next set coming out just seems really cool. But yeah, I'm just really grateful. I've been really happy, and through a hard time like the one I'm going through now, I think it's been just really important to stay positive, and work's been good. My friends and family have been really nice to me and just super supportive. I have great people that I have around, and then all of you guys are like family, you know, all over the world. So it's been really cool. So I you know, definitely thank you to all of you for that, for the support, and for, you know, getting me recognized, I guess, because, you know, if nobody watched my videos, it wouldn't really mean anything. So yeah, thanks for that. It just started raining too. It's like a sad, like, all around me are familiar faces. I don't know, I'm just being distracted again. But yeah, it was like, because I was like, you know, saying thanks for like kind of good, kind of sad stuff, and then I look outside the window and it's raining. But yeah, so thanks for that. Please pre-order Vingolf, like, please. I think it's like 35 bucks right now. That's like really reasonable. I know that's how much we have it for Core. I'll probably just put a link in the description or something. The like promo codes I use work on boxes too, so if you guys want like the promo cards that I send out, you could just use the promo code too. That should work. But yeah, I'll just link it in the description, so it's simple. And then yeah, let me know if you guys like videos like this, just like quick, brief, you know, explanation slash knowledgeable stuff. And maybe I'll just be putting out more content like this just to get the information out. I'm still gonna be doing like deck profiles and stuff. It's just a lot harder to find the time, but let me know, and I'll, you know, be around hopefully as often as I can. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.